Let me ask you a quick question. How many times have you heard someone say, "Don't let the dog on the bed, that's wrong"? How many times have people told you that sleeping with your dog will create a dominant, anxious, and disobedient animal? A lot of people agree with that. Experts repeat it. Maybe you even believe it yourself right now. But what if I told you that canine science has discovered something completely different in recent years? That there is a specific effect that happens to your dog when he sleeps by your side every night. An effect that profoundly changes his behavior, the level of trust he has in you, and even the health of both of you. Stay with me until the end of this video because what you're going to discover in the last point will change the way you see this simple moment of lying down in bed with him. Let's start from the beginning. For decades, the dominant theory of canine behavior said that dogs are descended from wolves, and that within the pack there is a rigid hierarchy. The alpha led and the rest obeyed. And within that logic, letting your dog sleep in your bed would be a sign of weakness. You would be giving up your territory to him, raising his status and lowering yours. Sounds logical, right? The problem is that this theory has been widely debunked. Even the researcher who popularized the concept of dominance in dogs, Dr. L. David Mech, spent decades trying to correct what he himself had said. Wolves in nature don't operate under the dominance system we imagine, and dogs, who were domesticated over 15,000 years ago, are even less like wolves than we think. So if the dominance logic doesn't apply, what really happens when your dog sleeps with you every night? First, his nervous system regulates itself. Dogs are animals that are highly sensitive to their environment. Their bodies respond to smells, sounds, and temperatures in ways we can't even imagine. And when he lies down by your side at night, something happens in his nervous system. Levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, drop. A study published by HABRI, the Human Animal Bond Research Institute, showed that humans and dogs who sleep together present higher levels of oxytocin, the so-called bonding hormone, than those who sleep apart. To give you an idea, oxytocin is the same hormone released between a mother and child during breastfeeding. This isn't romanticism, it's biology. Prolonged physical contact activates in the dog a state of safety that very few other moments of the day can provide. And do you know what kind of dog develops less separation anxiety over time? Exactly, the one who feels that security consistently. And if what you just heard is changing the way you see your dog, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is how we help more owners understand what their dogs truly need and how to love them the right way. Second, the bond between you deepens in a way most people never notice. There is something a dog learns throughout his life with you that isn't in any training, any command, any obedience session. It's the rhythm of your body. When your dog sleeps with you regularly, he begins to learn your breathing pattern during sleep, your body temperature, the way you move when you're having a restless dream. He learns you on a level that goes far beyond sit and stay. And this instinctive mapping he does of your body is exactly what transforms a well-treated dog into a dog that is truly connected to his owner. There are accounts of dogs that began to identify epileptic seizures, drops in blood pressure, and even mood changes in people with depression, simply because this level of nightly contact sharpened their perception in a way that is almost impossible to replicate any other way. Third, he becomes calmer during the day. This seems counterintuitive to a lot of people. Popular logic says that the dog who sleeps in the bed becomes more spoiled, more dependent. But what behavioral studies show is the opposite. The dog whose need for contact is consistently met spends the day with less agitation, less destructive behavior, less excessive barking. You know that dog who destroys things when left alone? In most cases, it's not a lack of training. It's an excess of built-up anxiety. Nightly contact doesn't create pathological dependence. It fulfills a basic need. And when a need is fulfilled in a healthy way, the dog doesn't need to spend the day seeking compensation elsewhere. Speaking of which, does your dog have a specific ritual when you go to bed? Does he spin around before throwing himself on the mattress or sniff your pillow first? Tell me in the comments because these rituals have a fascinating explanation in canine psychology and I want to read what you all describe. Fourth, his sleep quality improves, and so does yours. A survey conducted by the Mayo Clinic with 150 adult patients showed that 41% of participants who slept with their pets reported that the animal's presence improved their sleep quality. They felt safer, more relaxed. On the dog's side, the story is similar. Dogs who sleep in high-trust environments, close to whoever they perceive as their safe haven, enter deeper sleep phases more easily. And deep sleep, for a dog, is the moment when the immune system strengthens, memories are consolidated, and the body recovers. In other words, sleeping with you isn't a luxury for him. It's a condition that makes his rest more efficient. Fifth, and here's what almost no one talks about. Remember when I said the last point would change the way you see all of this? There is one thing a dog doesn't know how to do. He doesn't know how to lie about how he feels. He doesn't know how to fake connection. He doesn't know how to fake love. When your dog, after an entire day, chooses to come lie down by your side and closes his eyes, not because you told him to, not because he was trained to do it, but because that's where he wants to be. He is telling you something that goes far beyond a command or a well-executed trick. He is telling you that you are the safest place in the world to him. Sleep is the moment of greatest vulnerability for a living being. It's when defenses come down. It's when the survival instinct is most exposed. And in that moment, your dog chooses to be by your side. Not because he doesn't understand hierarchy, not because he was poorly raised, but because on some deep instinctive level, one that existed before any language, he trusts you completely. And maybe the question that is truly worth asking isn't, should I let my dog sleep with me? The real question is, do you understand what it means to him when you do?